Yar! Congratulations, you have now clicked on the only video that I think matters in Elite Dangerous, which is the pirate tutorial. Not really just a pirate tutorial where we're going to teach you just about everything you need to get that social interaction, that PvP that you so desperately crave from Elite Dangerous, but also just basically how to play the game in a different mindset. You know, so many people are negative when it comes to pirating. So many people are, against it. Primarily because the population of Elite Dangerous has this kind of elitist mindset where, if you are doing this, then you are griefing or you are trolling. I prefer to look at it as just a different way to play the game, a fun way to play the game, and something different than the PvE grind quest. And I like to make relevant videos. I think personally that Elite Dangerous has become a PvE playground, and there really is a large majority of people out there that want the PvP, that want that interaction. And does 1.3 power play give it to you? Not necessarily, and that's why I'm making this video. This is why I'm making the pirate tutorial video, is I really noticed while playing 1.3 power play that, again, we were dealing with kind of more of a PvE mentality. I had done a video where I was explaining the 1.3 power play and hoping that it would bring more PvP interaction. It doesn't necessarily do that, so I'm going to explain to you step by step on how you find that PvP play, the interaction, the fun. Now, first thing you want to do is you do want to get involved in power play, and you do want to sign up with Archon. He is more of a seedy type of character, a piratey guy, and you can see here, if you view the power on the map, he is located over here. The headquarters is in Harma, and as you are in Harma, you will notice a actual nice population of human players there. And the human players are going around into these systems, and they are basically acquiring or fortifying these systems. They are going out and they are basically trying to find other areas to expand to. I did recently go to this system in Leland, and I found other pirates trying to actually expand there. I winged up with them, human players, and we did more PvE, which was somewhat satisfying, but again, got into the PvE realm. I didn't see any PvP. I saw no other humans. And then I thought to myself, how exactly does one go about getting that PvP interaction again? So one thing I noticed was that Archon's enemy at the moment is this guy named Li Yongri. Okay, now Li Yongri is currently over here. I don't know why he's not necessarily right next to Archon, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot a course into, well, right there. I'm going to plot a course into the system, and we're going to find actual human pilots that are doing PvE grinding, and we're going to go into PvP mode, and we're going to target both combat players and trading players. This guy happens to be, this Li Yongri, a corporate guy, so that falls right in line with us being pirates and taking on traders and combat pilots that are protecting traders. So we're going to see if we're going to get the PvP as we're doing the video. And then once we get into those engagements, I will basically show you everything. I'll show you how to fit the ship. So I'm going to go here first, and I want to make sure that this system has a fitting station. I'm going to fly right into it, and I'm going to fit. And they do have a shipyard and an outfitting area. So we will see you shortly over here, and I will show you how to outfit my Cobra, which I call a perfect pirate ship that has everything you need and what you need to strive for first. So that will be our starting point, gamers. See you over in, where are we going? the hip 6978. See you in a bit, gamers, and then we'll through the magic of editing, you're gonna see me right away. All right, and here we are, gamers. We are now in our enemy's territory. We are docked. They did let us dock, so that is something good to know. You join power play, you can go to the opposition's stations and land in them with no problem. I did get hit by one of the PvE forces that said I was flying the wrong flag. They tried to interdict me, and I did get out of that fairly easy. So the next step we're going to look at now that we're in system, there was not a lot of human contact in this system. I didn't expect there to be, very much like the game. It's very hard to find humanity. So again, this is what this video is going to show you. We're going to show you how to find the action that you so desperately crave. But first we need to understand that the perfect ship for pirating, and this is the next section we're getting into, is the Cobra. The Cobra is a great ship, and I might get plenty of people to disagree with me, but let me explain the reasons why first before you start to get irate. The Cobra basically is a cheap ship. It's a disposable type ship. Also, you can equip the hell out of the Cobra. By the time you've got it with higher grade items, the B and A series items, it becomes a very formidable ship. Also, it can hold a lot of cargo. It can hold a lot of cargo, and it has every slot needed to basically be a complete pirate. All right, and I'm going to show you on the outfitting screen. So let me just say this again. The Cobra is the perfect pirate ship. Now, there might be another ship that that might be a slightly better ship, but for the money, being that the Cobra is a cheap ship and that you'll get into lots of PvP engagements, it is a perfect pirate ship. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat a Vulture. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat other types of ships, but it's a great engagement ship. If you want to use it primarily for targeting Lakons and industrial type ships, this is the ship. It's got the cargo space, it's got the firepower, it's got the scare factor. Okay, when you get up against actual PvP combat ships, just be careful. And the other great reason I like it is a very fast ship. When you get into PvP engagements, you can basically burn right out of them. You can burn right out and jump out. Don't have to worry about it. All right, now let's look at our outfitting, and let me show you how I outfit this Cobra to make it the perfect ship. Let's get in the ship here. Starport services. Again, the psychology of this is that you're trolling, or that you're negative. Or that you don't deserve to play the game. And I just find that really difficult, and a very elitist mindset. A lot of people want to play this game to actually play with people and fight other people simply. And to have something different. It's a different way to play the game. Let's see, outfitting. All right, let's go down here and let's show you. I couldn't disagree more with people that do that. You're going to find this video is going to have a lot of negative comments and not a lot of constructive criticism from people. They're just going to yell at you. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You're playing the game differently, and you shouldn't be, ostracized for it. Now, why I like the items that I have on this ship. Number one, they're not relatively that expensive, and they do the job. I like multi-cannons, class 2s on the front. Okay, I always like to have lasers and projectiles. Lasers and projectiles. Lasers go through the shield. Projectiles rip through the armor. It's very important not to have all the same type of weapon on the ship, in my opinion. Again, this is just from my own experience. I usually have the lasers being the ones that go through the shields being the smaller class, because it doesn't take nearly as long to rip through the shields as it does the armor, in my experience. And then on the armor, I will put the heavier duty, beefy guns on there to rip through any armor. You don't really want to do that with industrial ships. You really want to just focus on taking the shields down, and then using your limpets, which is something I will show you as well, where you're basically shooting out a drone that takes their cargo from their hold, which ejects their cargo from the hold. It is not really profitable, okay, guys? That's another thing to realize. You probably are still going to need to mission and do a little bit of grinding just for the money. But in the end, when you blow up a ship, it doesn't cost that much for the insurance, and you will have another pirate ship fairly quickly. But when you're talking about just the money factor, unless these traders are carrying rares, when they do, it's fun because you're getting a lot of money for them. It doesn't really pay that much. You're just doing it for different playstyle and to have fun. So it's not necessarily a rich style life, but you'll have moments where you're like, wow, this is amazing, and you get some rares, and in fact, you've just banked so much money. and that's when it becomes fun. Okay, so again, multi-cannons, beam lasers, point defense I find very useful. Okay, now the point defense area here is somebody shooting missiles at you. Somebody, I found some Lacons generally will shoot dumbfire, some types of missiles at you. And this point defense is invaluable and takes them right out so that you don't get hit. Also good against mines, and it does its job. I like it. You can get you can also put on here. Let's see, another option you guys can do is get a. Where is it? A chaff launcher, if you want, or electronic countermeasure. I find not very important. Heat sink I find not very important. Really, I like the point defense. And then on the other one, you have your cargo scanner. Cargo scanner is important. I don't just like to dust off everybody. I don't like to kill everybody. I actually have macros where I say, hey, cut your engines. I'm giving you a chance to live. Eject your cargo, and I will. I'll let them live. It's not really cool, in my opinion, to just blow somebody up after they give you their cargo, or just blow somebody up. I have been known to actually blow traders up who are very nippy when they talk back to me. Then I will blow them up, which is very fun. Now, internal. I like the military grade composite armor. Some people will go for slightly different armors like the mirror to reactive, but I find the military grade does exactly what I needed to do, which is kind of like a overall buff against both types of damages. Power plant, you do want the A. Here's how you fit it, guys. Power plant A, thrusters B, frame shift drive A, life support B or A if you can do the A. I couldn't really do it. If you look over here on my power usage, that the available is 15.6 with an A power plant, and I am almost nearly maxed out at 15.52, which is why I call this a perfect fit for a Cobra, because I have literally got it to the hundredth of a decimal, 0.8, and I can use everything without diverting power and making a giant mess in my UI panel. Power distributor A, sensors A, fuel tank you can't help, you got the C, it's always going to be that. Shield generator B, I do want to get an A, but then I go right back over my power usage. Okay, so it's very difficult that way to basically maintain control of the ship. Certain things will go off power and offline. Not cool, not fun, especially when you're in the heat of the moment. So keep that shield generator to B. Here's my cargo racks. I find I only need 2 spots, and in fact, you can even replace this if you want. This is optional. I would highly recommend actually just going with 16 capacity. Really, the capacity isn't that important. The real profit is when you find them with the rares, and if you have over 10 rares on and you have that cargo, you're going to be making the money. I have 2. I like it. I like to fill up. Frame shift interdiction drive. This is important, guys. Frame shift drive interdictor. This is what pulls ships out of their hyperspace. Okay, you will need that. You will need that. And my hatch breaker limpet control. Okay, I like these. This is what is your basically gives you your ability to launch drones and take cargo after shields have dropped. You have to make sure the shields drop first, and then you launch those. And then I like this shield cell bank right here. Basically, when you equip this item, it has charges, and the charges inside basically repair your shield very fast. So if you're low on shield and you pop that on, you are basically regenerating your shield within the matter of like 10 seconds. I like it. There's a couple other things you might want to, like the hull reinforcement, if you'd rather go with that. But I personally like this. Keeps the shields up, keeps the shields safe, generates shields much faster once you use the charge, and you can use up to 3 charges. So there's the fit, guys. Of course, your livery, and I went with the pirate kind of paint. I like to kind of make sure people understand that, yes, in fact, I am a pirate. They have no questions, and they see it on my ship. So there's how you fit your ship, guys. And this is the ship you use. I hope this part of the section was helpful. And next we will go to the map and we will talk about how to find human players. All right. Through the magic of editing, I will see you soon. You'll notice down here that I am labeled a hostile in the system. Now, again, like I said, while I was in the system, I saw no human players. Do not be scared, okay? Do not be scared. That is number one. Remember, you're having fun. You're playing a different style altogether from the majority of everybody. Oh, quickly, I wanted to go over fire groups really quick with you guys here. If you look at the fire groups, this is how you should set it up. I think it's the easiest way to cycle through your different groupings. There are as many groupings as you need in the game, and you click it on your gamepad or if you're using a mouse and keyboard or your HOTAS, however you're using it, to click to your next cycle. Basically, I've set up a few different configurations. So the first grouping I have set up is my beam lasers and weapons. Okay, so my right trigger are multi cannons, my left trigger are the lasers. My second grouping that I've set up my second grouping that I've set up is my shield cell bank, which basically uses charges to get the shield back up quicker. If the shield does drop, then this is useless. So you want to make sure you use this before the shield completely goes offline. The third grouping that I have is my basically what I call my take it from the trader grouping. So my cargo scanner is my right trigger, and my hatch breaker limpet control is my left trigger, which will launch the drone after the shield is down. So generally what I do if they start to run is I go here, I sub-target their drive so they can't jump, and I will start shooting my laser till their shield goes down. First actually I will scan them while talking to them. I will go here first. Apologies. I will cycle to this. I will use my cargo scanner. Then I will go here, and then if they are resisting and not jettisoning out the cargo, then I will cycle to my first group and use my beam lasers to get rid of their shield. I will cycle back to this, and then I'll put my hatch breaker limpet on and fire it and watch the cargo get ejected if they are firing or giving me trouble. I will make sure that my shields can handle that fire. If they can't handle that fire, just let them fire at me while I'm picking up their cargo. If I can't handle their fire, I will start to shoot and ask them to stop shooting before I blow them up. And then my fourth grouping is my frame shift drive interdictor, which I use while in hyperspace to pull ships out. So this, again, complete pirate ship. You've got the item you need to pull them out. You've got what you need to analyze them and to take their cargo. You've got a defensive capabilities to put your shield up, and you've got your weapons. All the groupings make sense. All of them are put into a perfect cycle, easy to get to, and this gives you your best line of defense so that you don't have to be scared anymore of PvP. And if you're not scared of PvP, great. You'll become even more pro. But if you are of this whole mindset and you're just kind of curious about this and you're not sure you want to do this, don't worry about it. This is what you need. And if you blow up, it's no big deal. Hey, you blow up. Start again and learn some more. Don't be so worried about blowing up. And as far as system statuses and if you go negative with any faction, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It took me forever to realize that in this game. It's like, oh God, I don't want to be negative with this. I don't want to be negative with that. I don't want to have a crazy bounty. And there's so much lack of people in this game that there are no consequences. There's no consequences. I mean, nobody's coming after you. A PvE you can handle. You just run away from them and jump out. If you don't want to blow them up, you can handle the NPCs. It's no big deal. And the humans, very rarely do you have to worry about it unless there's a lot in system. And that's what we're going to find out. We need to find the people. And unfortunately, they're not here. So let's go into the map. We really want to find people. People. Let's see. We'll go into Galactic Powers. And we will go in here. And we will go in the map. And where are we? Here we are, over here. So we had a nice little trip. We went from over there to over here, and we need to look at the overview. And I think the next stop we're gonna make is, I don't know. I don't think it would be smart to actually go to their home system, but that just might be what we have to do to find people. I am pretty sure there are going to be people right here. I mean, I have been asking for something in this navigation panel, or something that I can see where I can view where people are at. If Frontier could do that, give me an option in which they show me the amount of human traffic based upon color. Something that would show me where humanity is at, I would be super appreciative. But until then, this is how we're going to do it, guys. We're going to go to the home system because we know they're going to be there. And it might be too hot. So for those of you that aren't used to PvP, and for those of you that are a little bit worried, I would say just continue to control systems like these. Perenni, Perut, you know, any larger control system that you see here, I would say go for it. And they have quite a few. But I would say the closer you are to their home system of Lumbava, let's look at it. I'd say the better your chances of finding players. Now, I'm curious that this is a corporate trader kind of corporation, how many human pilots are combat oriented versus industrial oriented. But I would imagine just about everybody's industrial anymore. Let's see here, Lumbava. All right, guys. So this is where we're gonna head. We're gonna see if in fact we can get some type of action. Oh, and one more thing, gamers, before we get into actually getting into the PvP section and finding people. Setting up macros. Now, not everybody's going to have the ability to do this. I would highly recommend that you do get a keyboard that has macro ability. I do have a Razer Black Widow, which I tend to like, although some of the Razer gear I'm not a big fan of. But this keyboard I am. It does come with software where I can set up macros, and there is a section in which you can set the macros here. And a macro is basically when you put a bunch of keys together for a certain function, and then you press one key and it performs everything that you just did, typed, or actions that you did on the keyboard. And so what I did was I went into my program here within Razer and set up my macros. So each macro is a different basically phrase that I push one key to those who I encounter in the game. And each one's a different message. As you can see, I can literally just push one button, boom. And then that's what types in within Elite Dangerous. And I put this up so you guys can see it, boom. And, you know, here's 3, here's 4. So I'm pushing one key basically, and that's what types up. And it's fairly simple. You don't have to type and type and type. You just push one key, and it makes situations that arise in the game much easier. So I would highly recommend that you get it. It will help your play style, and it will help the interaction, the things that you want to happen faster, so you're not typing. And I mean, can you imagine typing? They're just going to go away and you're done. So that's really important. That's really important if you want to take up this lifestyle. Yar. All right, now let's get in system and see what's going on over there. And welcome. We're jumping into Lumbava. I'm doing a post commentary as I do this because I really want to explain this well to you guys. Jumping in, you want to know the system before you jump in. You want to look at the solar system map, and you really want to analyze the system. I had done this previous to the jump. I kind of want to see where my stations are at, get my bearings before I get in the system so I know where I'm going. The sensor is really important as you're flying around. You really have to be aware of any blank squares. Now, this is basically a tutorial for PvP for novices. Okay, I'm looking at my scan, or I'm looking at my UI panel. I'm looking at the areas of interest. Shatner City right there actually has black market in system in Lumbava, which is very nice. I'm looking at the sensor. Mostly all the solid squares and dots are going to be ships that are NPC. You'll notice One of those is Hollow, which is an actual human player. I notice them a lot of time as a pirate. You will be cruising around like this, exactly like this. You'll be cruising around a lot. A lot of you don't play that way, so you have to get used to this. And you know, it's cool, man. Just chill out and relax. Watch your speeds. I actually click on Goldstein for it, which happens to be the headquarters for everybody in the Leon faction. So I'm like, hey, let me head over here. I'm sure there's going to be people jumping off of this port. I target an NPC. You notice I'm still marked hostile, and I'm not getting really any action at all. It's fairly quiet. But boom, I saw something. I saw a python, I believe, or an asp over there that was a human player, and I went, oh shit, better turn around. So kind of turning around, getting away from that. As a Cobra pilot, you realize the ships that can kill you and the ships that can't. If they're bigger than you, they can, but again, you can run away from them fairly easy by burning out, and I will show you that shortly. Here's somebody. I'm like, okay, now again, this is gonna be fruitless, but it's good to watch. This is a Cobra. Okay, so getting into a PvP confrontation, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick on this Cobra so I can show you guys something. I want to show you how the frame shift interdictor drive works. I want to get in range of this Cobra pilot. I'm out of his line of sight. I do have him targeted. Not always smart to keep him targeted like that. Sometimes you just want to break the target lock and just follow the light so they know they aren't targeting you. But now I'm trying to get him. I'm getting a failure. I'm not getting exactly on him. I haven't had this happen a lot of times with the FSD drive, so this is an anomaly. Normally the FSD kicks right in. This time it didn't, and all of a sudden, boom, I thought I got interdiction, but no, I'm getting interdicted from the back. Okay, I'm getting interdicted from the back, and I don't even think I'm realizing it at this point. And then I go, oh shit, see the red hollow square? That's somebody interdicting me. I try to escape. Little do I know that it is a python. I should have targeted by pushing H, which brings up the nearest hostile, so I did make a mistake there. I'm trying to escape, but not necessarily able to, because this guy is a bigger ship. Alright, and by bigger ship, I'm talking mass-wise. So he's going to pull me down. Now, the second I pull down, I realize something's not right here. I'm flipping around. That's pretty usual when whether you're targeting them or not. You just kind of flip around right afterwards, getting out of hyperspace. And then I realize this guy's a big guy. I burn out. Look how easy it is. See, guys, it's not scary. He's a python. He's an expert. Don't want to deal with him. Why would I? I'm in a Cobra. He's going to blast me. If I choose to engage, I'm only going to engage with a python pilot that's a novice. That I look at the rank, and he's mostly harmless. So here we go. I'm getting the hell out of this confrontation. He can't catch me. And waiting for my cooldown. There's the cooldown. I get out. Now watch, this is interesting. He jumps, right? You'll have this. You'll have this a lot. So I jump. Second I jump, watch this. See the dot? See the hollow square right there? Boom, he pulls me back under. Alright? So that's wonderful. I'm thinking to myself, what's going on here? Okay, now I push my H, my hostile button. I see that it is him again. This guy just won't leave me be. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm trying to escape just to play with him. Can't get out. Again, if you guys are not novices, you can skip forward. But this is all very good information to know. One of the instances is really cool. Like, I actually find a trader with some rares, so that's pretty cool. Stay tuned for that. So again, I burn out. This guy's an idiot. This guy is trying to get me in a Cobra. He's never going to catch me.
Under attack.
So even if he knocks down my shields a little bit, look, I put my shield cell booster on. Look at this. Boom. There goes my defense back up again. That's why I love the shield cell bank. Shield's back up to 100%. I'm just, trying to boost out. You notice my power arrangement to the right. I've got it all the way on engines. I've taken it on my weapon in my systems, and I've adjusted it. Power all to engines. Adjusting power is very important in any type of PvP engagement, so you always want to be wary of where your power is loaded to. You will refresh your energy on any given system by full powering it, and it's really important to kind of get out. Now I jump again. Watch this. Kind of looking around. Look who's behind me again. Does it again. At this point, I'm getting rather frustrated. So this happens a lot in PvP. You got guys that you know, will harass you. Now I'm in their home system. That's fine. That's cool. I'm digging it. Let them. I'm going to show you how to outsmart this, right? So on the third time here, I'm bumping back in. I know I'm not going to get out. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Accidentally pushed my shield cell bank, which was not smart of me. Okay. Boom. Here he is again. Now this is pretty funny. Boost out. It's him again. And I believe I type to him. And I say, I could do this all day, letting him know that it's not a big deal. He's pulling me out. Just to let him know he's never going to catch me. It's good to communicate to those that either you're trying to. He says, I know, but it's fun. Now this time I realize he's just an idiot. So watch what I do. I'm burning out. Getting away like I normally do. And this is a good tactic for PvP when you're just stuck in situations like this. You're charging your jump drive. He's going to charge his jump drive. And then I turn it off. He doesn't know I've turned it off. He thinks I'm jumping there. He jumps. I'm still here. And guess what I do then, guys? I turn it off. So that's a great PvP tactic right there. If you're in a situation like that, turn off the game, make a sandwich, come back, and don't worry about it. Because every time you jump, he's going to be right there waiting for you. And then I get it ready for when I turn it back on. I find a target. And let's get another PvP engagement. Okay, Al, so why a Cobra? Why'd you tell me to pick the Cobra? It's the perfect pirate ship. So let's target a Cobra. And let's see how difficult it is to take a Cobra down. Now, I notice him on the sensors. There he is. I'm getting behind him. He's trying to maneuver out of it. And boom. Locked it down. Put it on the interdiction drive. My mass is the same as his mass. Good chance if I keep that reticle targeted on him, he will just... Now, he stops. He actually submits, which means he actually throttles to 0. I line up. I lock it. He's wondering what's going on. I can tell because he's not burning exactly away. He notices I'm a Cobra as well. But I start firing. I fire on him. I got Gimbal's lasers. They're on his ass unless he's got chaff. A lot of people don't have chaff in general unless they're super good at PvP. I like the Gimbals because 9 out of 10 they don't have chaff. Now this guy burns right out. He's realizing I am attacking. Took him a while, but look at this. Even after I got close and we're in the same ship, this guy is burning the hell out. He's down to no shield and boom, he jumps. I jump after him. I want to show you yet again, why the Cobra is a good ship. I'm going to jump right after his trail. Boom. Now, unless he jumps system, I'm going to be able to find him pretty quick. Now, if he jumps system, just let him go. There is an analyzer that lets you jump. That lets you see where he jumps to. Not a big fan of it. Big deal. Stay in system. Locked him again. Got him locked down again. Now I feel like the Python guy. Now I'm kind of like the Python guy was to me on the earlier example. I'm just locking him down to show you guys. This guy is just annoyed. He realizes what to do. Just like any good Cobra pilot realizes what to do. When they don't want to get an engagement, just burn the hell out. I can't do much. Even in a Cobra. He's still, you know, fast and able to get away from me. I'm gonna... There I see him again. Now I'm gonna try and type to him. Just for shits and giggles. You know, here you go. Hail Commander, there's my macro. Push the 1 button, but by the time I push the 1 button, just even on my macro, look how good this is. I want you to notice. He's over 6 kilometers away from me. Which is, I'm never going to catch him. If he's on 2 or under, I got a chance. The second he gets to 3 kilometers, it's game over. So pushing just a macro afterwards. Look how much the distance is in between him and I. again, why the Cobra is one of my favorite ships. Keep note, gamers. It's a cheap ship, and you can choose your engagements. Now, I could show you another thing, but we do it again. But that's the point of getting the Cobra. Next PvP example. And my favorite example, the proper hijacking, aka getting that booty. That's why we're doing what we're doing, to have fun. Now, you know, you don't have to be an asshole when you're a pirate. So you find a guy, right? And I just did, and you see that? He just jumped out. I was like, oh shit. But all of a sudden, Type 6 transporter, Commander McNug. I'm like, oh, juicy, juicy fish. So I see him in a Type 6. I know I can take it. Obviously, I'm in the Cobra. This is exactly what the Cobra's geared for, these types of transporter ships. I get in. I'm like, I got to get close to this guy. He's coming in at an angle, and I'm trying to get behind him. So I got to get there fast. FSD is out of range. Boom, now it's in range. Now all I got to do is just get behind him. Just got to slow down slightly, kind of loop around. Think of yourself as like an arrow, and you're trying to hit a mark. Trying to get behind this guy. Boom. Got it. Now I interdicted him just right. Getting to him. Be careful. Sometimes they'll try and, you know, play with their speed a little bit. You don't want to overshoot. You can move the speed up and down as you go. Now I want to get him before he gets to the station. It doesn't really matter. He's interdicted. It's not like he can get to the station anyway. But he can also go towards a planet and screw you up. That's a good tactic if you're a trader, by the way. Head towards a planet. Sometimes I'll jump off because I hit the planet's atmosphere. But this guy wasn't so lucky. There's my macro. Boom. Right away, something happened. Right. Well, of course. So I got to get him in line. I target him. He's getting the hell out of Dodge. Now, I got to get that macro up. Not good that I put it in local. You should always text it directly to them. That was a mistake on my part. Now everybody in local knows I'm sticking somebody up. But I continue. Now he actually listens. He listens. Now this is where you be civil, guys. He says he doesn't have anything worth taking. That's what the cargo scanner's for. So let's see if he has something worth taking. He's trying to make it seem non-important. Lots of times this is what they do, right? So he's sitting there just waiting. He's like, oh God, please don't take my stuff. And if you do, please just. So this is what I tell the guy. This is what I tell the guy. I'm super civil. And now I text him, right? This is exactly what you want to do. He's kind of spinning around. He's like, oh boy. I tell him just drop half and I'll let you go. I'm cool. Cool with half. I don't even want all of it. This guy, what does he do? It's the waiting game. He says nowhere near enough far away to sell at any price you can have it for all I care. He's just upset. I say appreciated. There's all the cargo. Guy doesn't even know if I have the spots to take it, but he figures I'm in a Cobra, so I should. There's about 10 items. I start talking to him. Guy's pretty cool about it. And you know what? We're going to see what these are worth here in a second. But I want to show you like a good way to train for this. You know, for those that aren't comfortable with PvP quite yet, but are interested and want to get in this, see, and I don't go blow him up. He did exactly what I told him to. You'd be a complete dick if you went and you blew him up after he just dropped that. I know a lot of people that do that, and that's one of the reasons why pirates do get a bad name. If you do it like this, though, man, you're just, you know, like, it's classy. It's classy. I like class, man. But, you know, there are a lot of pirates out there that'll blow you up anyway. If the guy's being a complete cock, I have been known to blow them up. But very rarely. After the fact, oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning, guys. It's like the longest video ever. Well, I hope you guys are appreciating these things. Okay, so we're not going to sit around and watch me pick up cargo. I'm yawning on my own video. Let's show you how to practice on a PvE target. So that's good for people that are new. Now, here's a great way to figure out what to do when getting into like a PvP hijacking situation. You want to practice? There you go. You're in system, you're hyperspacing. You locked your FSD drive, you got him down. You want to pin him down, you want to take him out. Notice no shield on the target at all. This will be a nice, easy one. He's wanted. He'll probably have some good cargo. So if they're wanted, they usually have a lot of good cargo. You can make quite a bit of money. I've made up to 200,000 to 300,000 on certain transports. So it just depends, really. So you want to target them right away. Don't worry about, you know, security when you're aligned with Archon. They don't respond nearly as fast because security is half. That's a bonus. One of the reasons why I like to be aligned with Archon. There we go. Get a cargo scan. Let's see what's inside this NPC target. And you know, you get a good gauge of how to cycle through all your subsystems, all your fire groupings when you do this, and you get into a rhythm. Now, wow, 32 technical blueprints. That's a lot of money in there. That's about 90,000. So I get my limpet drone, something that you did not see that you might need in a PvP engagement after the fact that you take their shields down. The limpet drones don't work when the shields are up. So, you know, and on PvE instances where the industrials actually have the shield, you're going to want to take your lasers and take the shield down so that the shields are down, because the limpets do not work if the shields are up. Hatch breaker's on there. We can see it on the bottom. Very cool. It's doing its business. It does what it needs to do here. Got the cargo scoop ready. Ready to go. Target cargo dropped. And it's very random what comes out. Sometimes 2 come out, sometimes 5 come out, sometimes the whole damn thing comes out. In this instance, 2 came out. So I just rinse, wash, repeat. Program the next limpet drone by just firing it. That's what it says when you fire one. And sometimes if they have guns, which this guy had none, he was just literally a walking target. They'll shoot at it if they have guns, but this guy didn't have any guns. There goes the cargo. I'm super happy. More technical blueprints, please. Now this guy's just bleeding them now. So there's 5, 6, 7. And now he's getting out. So I said, no, you're not getting out. You got more blueprints in there. I sub-target the cargo hatch. Something you guys got to keep in mind. And I try and get the cargo hatch. You got to physically get on the underbelly. Now you'll notice it knocks it down there, but the lasers are more than the hull can stand, and boom, it blows up. But don't worry, don't worry about your bounty. You're not going to pay that. Just let yourself accrue the bounty. Now next, enjoy your profits, man. You worked really hard for them. We did about 30 minutes worth of work, and we're going to see how much money we've attained here in that 30 minutes of going after the PvE target and the PvP target. I highly recommend Lumbava for any pirate signed up to the Archon to come in here. They're your natural mortal enemies. You're killing them, which is always good, and it helps us gain more territory for our faction. And we're at the heart of where the enemy is. And there's plenty of loot as well from traders in this system, because it's a trader organization. So there's a lot of traders coming in with rares or going out with rares. And, you know, like the trader said, it might not have been worth much, but let's see how much it was really worth. We go into contacts, and then we go into the black market. You want to sell the illegal goods. And, wow, 3,300. If I'd have got all 33 of those, that'd have been a nice score on the technical blueprints. The basic medicines is trash. 180, big deal. But there we go. So for a total of 40,000. Okay, not bad. The Lavian Brandy, boy, this guy said it wasn't worth much, but it's pretty nice for me. 20,000 there, so we're around 60. And we're gonna sell these brandies off for 77. So about 140,000 in 30 minutes. It's not too bad. You can do better at a resource extraction site, but we had a lot of fun doing what we were doing, and every once in a while you actually hit the lottery and make a nice big score with people that have loot from very far away on rares, and then it's just ridiculous the amount of money you get. All right, now let's go over some tips. Tip number 1. People generally are scared of PvP in Elite Dangerous. The probability of you winning is really high. What do I mean by you winning? I mean the probability of you walking away alive is very high. Like you see in here, this guy basically runs away from me the second I target him. That's a lot of what happens in the game. People do not want a PvP. Generally in this area, primarily, I believe, because the faction is supporting industrial base, and I'm in it, and there's a lot of industrial flyers. So remember, when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't want a PvP, and you got the upper edge. Tip number 2, don't be afraid to get up close and personal. If you know this fact, then you know that it's okay. You know, let people know that you're not afraid. You know, don't be a dick about it, but like you can have fun with it. Like look at this yellow diamond back here. I'm just like, hey, what's up, man? I'm in my pirate ship. You know? And then I'm like, oh, I wonder how close I can get to him. And then I also admire it because I've not seen a diamond back up this close. Kind of with the yellow paint color. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I'm just there, and I'm letting them know I'm there, and I'm not afraid. And, you know, here we're having a party here. The music, what's up? Yeah, get in that club, dancing that booty. Oh, I hope that's a girl in the Diamondback. What's up, girlie? No, that's totally creeper mode. Sorry about that. But I think I'll make that the thumbnail, actually, to the video. But yeah, you know, when it comes down to it, guys, really, do not be afraid, you know? Live it. Love it. Oh, look, the person's actually afraid. They're like, I'm getting the hell out of here. What is this guy doing? See, they, like a lot of times, they're too scared to do anything. You know, they're like, what the hell's going on? They don't know what's going on. And he's thumping me. They're like, whoa, that was so cool, by the way. I love that. And then we face each other. And then he or she is like, I'm gonna probably leave. And I'm like, okay, cool, but before you leave, oh, let's see which one has more mass. So that was very helpful. Tip number 3, planets and moons can help or hurt when hunting your prey. And by that, basically, I mean, like in this instance, I'm coming down on the planet at the target. And I put on the interdictor drive. As I come back around, going a little too fast, and the planet actually hurts me here. And this is good tip for traders who are being hunted. Use these planets and moons as obstacles for people who are interdicting you, so that basically they drop out of hyperspace, and boom, hit the planet's outer gravity, and then nowhere to be found. That sucks for any of us, but to help us, also stand at the planet by a starbase, and you can hunt that way. Tip number 4, the news. Okay, the news will show you just about where everything's at. Now, community goals I thought was gone, but it's not. You'll find pockets of mission community goals through the news events. Sometimes when you get in system, it basically shows you where people are going to be, and this one shows you traders bringing in metals to this system as a community goal. I went into the system actually and found out that in fact there were plenty of traders in this system with lots of good stuff, gold and lots of high paying stuff that maybe I'll show you on the next episode of Bringing the Dangerous. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it helps all of you, and I hope you share it. And thanks for watching to Games. Appreciate you guys. Please subscribe. Check out my Patreon page. This took me forever to make, and I am exhausted. I hope you guys get some sleep after this. Peace out. See you on the next vid, guys.